Last year, running backs like Josh Jacobs and Ramondre Stevenson dramatically outperformed their draft position to help lead fantasy managers to a championship. In this video, I'll be covering 8 running backs who I believe can do the same for your fantasy team in 2023. Number 8, Kenny Gainwell. When the chips were down in the playoffs last year, the Eagles were in on Kenny Gainwell. 33 carries and 9 targets in 3 playoff games. And I'm not even sure that the Eagles are going to fall in love with new acquisitions DeAndre Swift and Rashad Penny. The coaches in Detroit absolutely hated DeAndre Swift. Eagles did not give up much to get him. Rashad Penny has been unable to stay healthy in Seattle. And I think the Eagles know that Kenny Gainwell can really play. Ranked 5th in fantasy points per opportunity at 1.07 last season, was also 7th in that same stat category his rookie year. The best part is Kenny Gainwell goes very, very late in drafts, well after Swift and Penny. Number 7, Jamir Gibbs. Hit rate on rookie running backs with top 12 draft capital is just absolutely massive. And Gibbs is going to an awesome situation. Lions still have a really inept defense, leading to a ton of shootouts and pass attempts. And while David Montgomery is going to steal a lot of the base work and a lot of the goal line work, it's the pass catching ability that makes Jamir Gibbs so special. At Georgia Tech as a freshman, 24 catches in 7 games. Sophomore, 35 catches in 12 games. Then Gibbs goes to Alabama for his junior year, 44 catches in 12 games. Massive, massive numbers at the college level. Gibbs is going to play in all the 2-minute, all the 4-minute, all the pass down situations for the Lions, plus get some base work. It's really an awesome role for an explosive player. Number 6, Nick Chubb. We can make a case that Nick Chubb is the most efficient running back in NFL history. Explosive run rate, broken tackle rate are both annually among the league leaders. For his career, Nick Chubb is at 5.2 yards per carry behind only Jamal Charles in the modern era. The 2 things that have held Chubb back from true fantasy superstardom have been the pass catching, or lack thereof it, and Kareem Hunt. But now Kareem Hunt is gone, leading to a realistic shot at 320 plus Nick Chubb carries. And more pass down work is available. So with a top 3 offensive line, Deshaun Watson a full season under center, it's shaping up as a career year for Nick Chubb. Number 5, Antonio Gibson. Commanders have Brian Robinson. They drafted Chris Rodriguez, but both those guys are 2 down, early down, pounder types. The only pass catcher on the roster is Antonio Gibson. This is the guy who played wide receiver at Memphis. Catching the ball is his calling card. And now that J.D. McKissic is finally gone, Gibson has that role now. He ranked 3rd among running backs in PFF's receiving grades last year and has been top 10 in yards per route run among running backs in each of his 3 NFL seasons. I think we can expect a bit of base work and then all the pass down work for Antonio Gibson. He has that Jerick McKinnon style that new Commanders offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy used so well in Kansas City. Number 4, Tony Pollard. Just an outrageously good NFL running back. Top 4 in Pro Football Focus's grades among running back last year. 2nd in yards after contact per attempt. He had 19 rushes go for more than 15 yards last season, only behind Saquon Barkley and Nick Chubb. Pollard had the 7th best receiving yards per route run among all running backs with 100 plus carries. And all that was as a part-time player, sharing the work with Ezekiel Elliott. It's still possible the Cowboys bring in a breather back, but regardless, this is Pollard's season to explode while on a $10 million franchise tag. Expect his efficiency to remain elite and the opportunity to absolutely spike. Number 3, Tank Bixby. A big part of Travis Etienne's success last year was raw volume. He had a 24 carry game. He had a 28 carry game, 22. Etienne also saw 45 targets. And I think all that work was more out of necessity than desire. The Jaguars just didn't have anyone else they really liked. And that proved true in the draft as the Jaguars used a round 3 pick on Auburn running back Tank Bixby. I think Tank Bixby will take work from Etienne right away. Bixby was really efficient in the SEC as a runner. And I'd add that Travis Etienne's pass game profile is a bit concerning. And of course, Bixby is just one Travis Etienne injury away from a massive role. Number 2, Breese Hall. Let's pretend Breese Hall didn't blow out his ACL in October of last year. I think he would have been a top 5 fantasy pick in 2023, maybe even higher. I mean, Breese was already smashing as a rookie, ranked 7th in fantasy points per opportunity, 6.9 yards per touch, ranked number 1 among all running backs, and his 11.3% breakaway run rate ranked number 2. And now the quarterback position has been stabilized by Aaron Rodgers. So we'll see exactly when Breese will be ready and 100%, but all the reports so far are good. Remember, week 1 fantasy points are not nearly as valuable as points later in the year. That's because all the money in fantasy is awarded late in the year and because the rest of our team is healthiest early in the year. So taking a bit of a gamble on the health of a player who has the upside to be fantasy's best running back, to me, is well worth it. And number 1, Alexander Madison. The Vikings signaled their intentions at running back this offseason, giving Madison more than $6 million guaranteed and then cutting Dalvin Cook. Madison is now competing with day 3 running backs such as undersized Ty Chandler and unspectacular Dwayne McBride for touches. I really do expect Madison to run circles around those guys. He was 16th in Pro Football Focus's rushing grade last year, and Dalvin was 64th. When Madison has been asked to handle big workloads with Dalvin out previously, he's succeeded, and the franchise clearly liked what he did in those spot starts, where they would have just let him walk in free agency and explored other options. And best of all, the team environment will boost Madison. Dalvin Cook had 48 red zone touches last year, 5th among all running backs. Cook ran 393 routes, 2nd among running backs. So a mid-round pick on Alexander Madison is a safe one. He wins big in both opportunity and offensive environment. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more fantasy football content.